Das my plan. The miscellaneous section is your fave? I'll have to read into that.
I'll make us a path. Good. Come on.
Like, I want to see all the lore that they added, they changed, and everything.
You come to die.
Ow. Yeah, I did notice that the missives were kind of done by faction, and I'm kind of like, but I want to see how, like, when I receive them, how I receive them. Ow, you're a bitch. Yes, it will be. I'm gonna get my Dapper Man. I'll fucking take it. Listen, I have a thing for age gap romances, and I'm 100% going to make my Rook look young for that. Like, straight up, I'm just gonna be like, what's the youngest I can make her look? I just think it's gonna look absolutely brilliant.
Hey, take a look over there.
There's a bit of an age gap with my Rook and Lucanus. Is there?
We're on their trail.
How old is Lucanus? I'd be thinking he's like mid-30s. Oh, well, I suppose that for your Rook that would make sense. The mid-20 boy that he is. Yeah, that makes sense. Go on. Fall off the edge. Fall. Yeah!
We're getting closer. We don't have time for this. Hang on, this thing's gonna burn.
Yeah, I think the way that I need to find out how old. Give me a sec. I want to figure this out. I think that gap works for some of the things that kind of says in the romance flirting and painful slow burn scenes. It's so painful. But yeah, no, I can see that working out quite well. Right? At least until he makes himself a witch's problem. Dear fucking God, I hope we don't. I hope we don't see. Him become a witcher problem. Okay, so the general consensus is that Emmerich's probably around like that. I called him Girl Six contract. Yeah, I do remember that. The general consensus seems to be sitting at that Emmerich is probably around 50 years old, which I'm so totally fine with, because if I make like a if I make a mid-20s to early 30s rook, that's a good 25-year difference, up to 25-year age gap, and something I'm very happy to work with. Like, some people think he's as far as 60, and I don't think he's that old. I really think he's probably between, like, the decade that I would sit at would be 45 to 55 myself. Like, that's where I would be sitting him. So yeah, like a 20-year age gap, I'm happy to do that. Let's go.
They had that cannon, and they didn't even load it.
Must have hit him before they could get it ready.
Precisely. Man, just like seeing already like the starts of his romance regardless already kind of makes me giddy. Like, I love Lucanus as well. The way that he flirts, the way he returns the flirting as well is very, very sweet and darling. You know what it reminds me of? Lucanus's story? It reminds me of Garrus in Mass Effect 2. I actually mentioned this to another friend just this morning. His romance reminds me of Garrus in Mass Effect 2. Because, yes, he like... Lucanus, where are you? Come here, babes. Lucanus has that... Yeah, he's kind of got like that, you know, you just rescued him from something. He's got a lot of trauma he needs to deal with. And like, I would assume that very much like how there's a decision to, like with Garrus, where you get to let him shoot his villain, the villain that he has, or save them, depends on like the way. It doesn't impact Garrus as much because he ends up the same way regardless. You just can headcanon how he reacts to things. But like that whole aspect of being rescued, having gone through trauma, and then having to deal with something that resulted from the trauma. That's the same story Lucanus has. And then with Lucanus, I know for the fact that the companions have two potential outcomes for their romances or their personal things. Kind of like, you know, kill it, like punish Lucario or save Katarina, and then at the end of whether you make an example out of Ilario or you let him or show him mercy, those choices would cause an end result for Lucanus as well. Same that we saw with Harding. So everyone's got two endings effectively. And yeah, I see that Lucanus has a very similar storyline to Garrus, which is probably why I'm really liking Lucanus as well. Wish the romance was a little bit faster, a tiny bit, but I respect why it's so slow. Regardless of how much I've been complaining, like, give me kisses! I respect where the story sits with him and why it's taking so long. Because he has a lot of trauma. He's also dealing with someone in his head 24/7 that was initially an aggressive parasite, and now they've learned to coexist together. Like, that's so great, the way that works together. So yeah. Yeah, so you may have, I think you were Spoodermanning at that time. So what happens is, there's a quest for Harding where she tells you that, you know, Stalgard has been kidnapped. Or he's gone missing, I should say. Stalgard has gone missing with a bunch of other dwarves from Kasharok, and then you go to search for them. Oh! How did I choose that? I misread that. That's on me. I chose that she used her compassion instead of her anger. Because I will admit, her being angry all the time was slightly annoying. Because it's kind of like, yeah, I can appreciate that. What is the word that I'm looking for? It is much more her, the compassionate side of things. Like, I can appreciate where she's coming from, where it's like it's her history, it's her ancestry. The Titans were hurt by the elves. I can appreciate that, but at the same token, it's kind of like, are you really going to let anger fuel you consistently? We've seen what anger does. It causes just more harm. What's the point of having that anger there constantly? And I'm really trying to, like, fucking be good again, please. I'm not asking for much. And it makes me wonder, like, so Emmerich clearly is going to be a decision whether he becomes a lich or not. Nev, I have no idea what it's going to be like for Nev, because it's like, there hasn't been kind of like a either option for her as of yet. No questioning. Unless it's the whole how she's going to deal with Alias situation. No, I know what you mean. Like with Inquisition, as soon as you opened the romance, all you had to do, because it was act locked as well, you know, act 1, act 2, act 3, it was act locked as well, but there was like the whole situation of you traveled, like what I was doing yesterday, you travel out inside of Skyhold, travel back inside into Skyhold, and the next part of their romance would load. It would trigger the next stage of their romance, and like you could do that back to back to back to back until you maxed it out for that act. And you got your kisses, you got your communication, you got everything that you wanted. Whereas this one, it's very much going like, this is going to take time. And the banter that happens in between it, the conversations that happen between it, don't make the romance feel like it doesn't exist, because the conversations reflect on that as well, reflect on the relationship that's been building as well. So I am thoroughly liking the way that this has been set up. Because it's like when you come back each time, you can go talk to everyone. They're all talking to each other as well, which is super nice too. I feel like that's a really nice little addition that they've done. So yeah, I do like that. I got kicked. Yeah, so a little extra conversation would go a long way, yeah. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, and... Ow. Now, all good, you do you.
Hey, take a look over there.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Cutter. Bastard.
Excuse me.
Mierda.
Shark's Mouth Mountain. Looks even worse with lava pouring out of it. That's where he is. The Dragon King.
That is the location that needs to be unlocked to do the Grey Warden stuff later on as well. So we've got at least that done. Oh, hi guys.
Gold and glory.
Look at that. Barely a scratch.
Hey, Isabella.
We came the short way. Any sign of Shathan?
No. The trail led here.
Then she's inside their base. It'll be full of Antam.
Not for long.
Main path's destroyed. You'll have to climb. I know how to rile the Antam. We'll make some noise and draw them off you. Good luck, Tash.
We will put it right.
Where to? This way. Where? Oh, I'll ignore that. The rogue is back!
You know this place, Dash?
No. Isabella told us it was bad
Ah,
luck
fuck.
to go near the mountain. Old Ravani superstitions. Said we might awaken the fire. No wonder the Antam took it over.
Thank you, that's what I wanted. Can I just say that I love how, like, the parkour stuff is being, well, I say parkour, the climbing is very realistic, like, jumping onto ledges, lifting yourself up. It is well done.
Who's hiding? Come and fight!
Where do they get all these details?
Cutter must have given them information.
It doesn't matter. Come on.
I am actually, like, quite, excited to do another mage, but a necromantic mage, and see the difference in the, kind of almost like the play style. And see if I'm able to push for better damage. Because I seem to get a lot of necromantic damage. Or at least I'm picking up a lot of items that do that rather than electric, which has been very difficult. Why would the turtle be disappointed? Ooh, hang on. Let me see if I'm matching you here. I'm 4 points! Oh, I've got 4 points. There we go. You have no plans other than to play rogue. So because it's Emmerich, I want to play a necromancer. I just feel like for him it would be so great. I think the Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I want to do a death caller. That's what I want to do. But I think what I'll do, I think I might do a rogue when I create a romance for Tash. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to go with that. Ooh, interesting. What else is there? Because there's also the Lords of Fortune that I'd love to do. And I think I'll do the Lords of Fortune to romance Nev. You have plans for your warden, do you?
Boss fortifications? No. He might send his Antom in here to hang banners and crap. But these aren't fancy enough for him to live in. They don't make him look powerful.
Mostly just the Tash romance. That will still be so fun. Come on. I want you to fall off. I want you to fall off. Fall off the edge. Bye! Oh, there's nothing more satisfying than pushing my enemies off the edge. Oh, see? See? Good.
One may still follow the Qun while climbing. Know your body. Know the slope. Know your next handhold. Always telling me how to do everything.
Good advice.
There's still stuff I gotta tell her.
Yeah, well, because, like, with Davrin, at least, it's kind of like he already knows what's going on. I mean, like, sure, it's the whole, what is the word that I'm looking for? Kindled spirits? Kindred spirits and all that, but, like, at the same token, I feel like for Davrin, a different sort of background romance would work better. Hello, boys. I also think what I'm going to do for my Emmerich play for the romance is Rook's going to be much more soft-hearted. The whole wants to look for the best in people. Gives them second chances, that sort of thing. Because, get this, I don't know if I said it last night, but I read into the Moon Watcher's background, right? What their origin is. And your origin, if you decide to be part of the Moon Watch, is that as an infant, as a babe, you were left in the Necropolis catacombs. And spirits found you and brought you to the Watchers. How fucking insane is that? What an out-of-pocket fucking, origin that is already. And then, like, of course, something happens. You made a decision where, yeah. You make a decision where, you know, you protected both humans and spirits, but the Morn Watchers were like, that's not how we would have done it. No, maybe you should go travel for a bit. So that's what the origin for that is. And I'm sitting here being like, I could work with that so much. And like being, you know, an orphan basically, from birth. You could go down the path of always wanting to be nice and kind to people or being like, nah, fuck you, everyone. But because I am doing the Emmerich romance, it's where I'm trying to settle more for like, he responds better to a kind individual. And so I want to focus on that kindness. Oh, my eye. There we go. Oh, lol, do you know what's so funny? So one of the girls that I'm talking to, she told me apparently there's no new game plus for this game, which is what it is. Would have been nice to have a new game plus, but not all games are going to do that. But she's already like, oh, I'm modding the shit out of this game when I finish this playthrough. And I'm like, there are mods already? Like, I knew people were fast on modding, but fuck, I didn't think they were that fast with modding. What the fuck's going on already? Another friend who bought the game last night and tried to go through the character creator, she's like, once again, I ask BioWare to give us more hair. I don't want to look like a trash can assassin for that long. Yeah, I know what you mean. Just unlock the,
You want me?
if there is just a mod that unlocks all, visual aspects of the outfits, of the armor, I would be so happy. Like, the rest of the game, I've got no issues. Maybe some some kind of, like, extra hair mods, eye color mods, those kind of things. Like, that would be cool. Like, the choices they've given are great for the hairs. I feel like there could be more. I really want, like, an undercut with a big ponytail type thing. I don't have a thing for undercuts. What are you talking about? Like, just some more extra designs, right? And I know it's going to come. I know it's going to happen. And when that day comes, I'll be lost to the world. Again. But, like, if there was just, like, as my first ever mod that I would install into this game, it would 100% be the appearances for the armor. If I can just choose whatever armor appearance from the beginning, I'd be super happy. Yeah, the pair I picked basically one of the three that I liked. Yeah, like, I don't want all my rooks to have the same hair, but like, there's only so much that I can choose, and there's like maybe 5 that I actually do thoroughly like.
Is that our Dragon King?
Sounds like.
Great, we're in a pit of lava. The golden nut. Yeah, no, that is true. Hopefully that is something they do. What else is there? I've gone back around in circles. Why am I back here? No. Fell into the lava. Oh, no. I am going the right direction. That's fine. One thing I have heard, because I'm just keeping up to date with it, apparently there's a new patch coming out soon. Fixing some minor things with the game, which is, of course, not surprising. Some of the bugs that they experienced and stuff like that from launch. I wonder if the patch is actually going to fix the game, or if it's going to break it more by accident.